Retirement is something we all dream about. The freedom to finally relax and enjoy life after years of hard work. But as exciting as that sounds, there are some tough questions that retirees often have to face. Questions that can be uncomfortable to confront. Whether you're already retired or just planning for it, these questions can make or break your golden years. Ignoring them can lead to financial struggles, strained relationships, and a less than fulfilling retirement. It's your favourite Scotsman here again, and today we're going to dive into 10 of the most uncomfortable questions retirees must answer. Brace yourself, because some of these might hit a little too close to home. Let's start with the elephant in the room: money. Do you have enough savings to maintain your desired lifestyle? This is the one on everyone's minds. Nobody wants to retire and be stuck watching daytime television and eating craft dinner. If you want a ballpark answer in about 10 minutes or less, you first need to figure out what you spend on a monthly basis and how this will evolve in retirement. Second, you need to add up all your sources of retirement income: CPP, OAS, any pensions you have, as well as any rental income or part-time income you expect to earn. And lastly, you need to head over to the show notes and click on the link to the retirement calculator I have provided. Alright, next up. How will you handle unexpected expenses or emergencies? I can't stress this enough, but you need to have a plan for this. Make sure you keep a cash reserve aside from your regular retirement savings. How much? Ultimately, this will depend on your situation, whether you own or you rent, how many toys you have that can break. At least 6 months worth of living expenses is a good starting point, but if you can get that closer to the 1 year or over mark, ideal. If a cash reserve is not possible, at least ensure that you have adequate funds in your tax-free savings account and everything is not tied up inside your RRSP. Remember, all RRSP withdrawals are taxable, whereas TFSA withdrawals are completely tax-free. Running out of money in retirement can be a nightmare scenario. You have worked hard for decades, and the last thing you want is to struggle financially when you should be enjoying your golden years. Retirement isn't just about finances, it's also about finding purpose and fulfillment in your newfound freedom. How will you spend your time? Now, you might be thinking, Chris, after 40 years of work, I'll put my feet up, I'm going to crack open a bottle of wine, and I'm going to take it easy. Now, by all means, do just that. But I'm not talking about the first few days or even months of retirement. Many find themselves a tad lost a few months in. It's a bigger adjustment than you might expect. That's why understanding how you will spend your time is crucial. If you're 60 years old right now, then there's a good chance you have less than 1,000 weeks of healthy, active time left of this thing that we call life. If you're over 60, then you've even less time. So ask yourself, once this honeymoon phase is over, what can you embrace in retirement that you can't right now? This isn't just idle music. Grab a sheet of paper and really jot down your thoughts. It's a simple exercise, but you'd be amazed at the clarity that it can bring. And to expand on question 3, what hobbies or activities will you pursue to stay active in retirement? It's not just about stepping back from work, it's about stepping into activities that fill your days with joy and purpose. And when I talk about purposeful, I mean activities that do more than just pass the time. They enrich your life, ignite your passions, and give you a sense of fulfillment. Take learning a new language, for instance. It's not just about memorising words, it's about opening doors to new cultures and experiences. Consider getting in shape, not just for health. It's about feeling vibrant, energetic, and ready to tackle whatever comes your way. Volunteering is another avenue where you can find deep satisfaction. Just talking to a client the other day who was expressing the joy of helping others and making a real difference in their lives. These kind of purposeful activities can transform your retirement from a time of mere relaxation to a period of meaningful engagement and growth. Retirement can be a shock to the system, especially if you've been used to a structured routine. Without a plan, it's easy just to fall into a rut or feel like you're just wasting your days away. If you're struggling to answer these questions, don't worry. I've got plenty of tips and strategies to help you plan for a fulfilling retirement. Please subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss another video. Retirement can also impact your relationships in unexpected ways. How would you and your spouse navigate spending so much time together? Nobody tells you this, but retirement can be tough on couples. I mean, you've all seen the cringy commercials of couples strolling down the beach, holding hands and laughing without a care in the world. I hope my wife isn't watching, but in reality, it's not quite like that. Retirement can be a test of any relationship. Chances are, with one or both spouses having busy work schedules and kids to take care of, you've gotten quite used to spending time away from your significant other. Then bang, retirement hits. And suddenly you're with your spouse 24/7, doing each other's heads in. It is no surprise that divorce rates are declining, except for those over the age of 50. In most cases, unless of course you really just don't like each other anymore, divorce isn't ideal. So spend some time prior to retirement to talk about how you will spend time together, how much space you will give each other, and what activities you will do on your own. I love my other half, and spending time with her is an absolute treat, but I also need a bit of time for myself every now and then, and that's just natural for most relationships. And this moves us nicely into question 6. How will you maintain healthy relationships with friends? You think that many of the relationships you've built over the years, colleagues, clients, and strategic partners will just continue, but they just don't. You'll find new friends though, and when you find a good relationship, nurture it. Another thing to do is create boundaries. You know the people that you hang out with who suck the energy out of you? It sounds harsh, but this is your life. You want to be happy, you want to feel good, you want to be excited. You don't want to have strained relationships with the Debbie Downers of the world. Sorry if there's any Debbies listening, no offence intended. Now speaking of strain, let's talk about something that can put a lot of pressure on retirees: your health. You can have all the money in the world, but without your health, it doesn't mean much. Here at Beach's Financial, our planning focuses on your money and your health. It just breaks my heart to see folks who've worked themselves to the bone, amassing a fortune, but neglected their health along the way. Now they've got the time and the means to live their dreams, but their health is holding them back. How will you maintain a healthy lifestyle? How can you start taking better care of yourself? Whether it's a daily walk, a swim, or a bit of yoga, just find a routine that keeps you moving. Add in a balanced diet full of whole foods and you're off to a better start than most. Another thing to consider is strength training. As we get older, the risk of falling becomes more serious. Adding in even 1 or 2 strength training sessions a week can help to mitigate that threat. What are your favourite ways to stay active and healthy? Share your routines or any advice you may have in the comments. Of course, you can do all the right things, but some things are out of your control, which brings us to the next question. Do you have a plan for potential long-term care needs? There's no easy answer, but ask yourself the tough questions. Where do you want to be taken care of? Will it be in a home, a nursing home, or an assisted living facility? Expenses vary significantly based on location and the level of care required. If your finances don't cover what you would like, long-term care insurance is an option, although make sure that you have all the legal documents in place. Power of attorney for both health and property, and a living will if applicable, and talk to your family about what you want. Having conversations like this, it's not easy, I get that, but it's necessary. If you're feeling overwhelmed by these health questions, don't worry. Check out the link in the show notes to my ebook, Health, Wealth and Retirement. But retirement just isn't about you. It's also about the legacy that you'll leave behind. Our final questions today are perhaps the most profound of all. How do you want to be remembered by your loved ones? And what impact do you want to have on your community or the world? Think about what advice your 90-year-old self would give your current self. What would matter more and what would matter less? What would your 90-year-old self urge you to prioritise? And what would you advise yourself to let go? This kind of reflection, peering through the lens of our future selves, can be illuminating. It's only by contemplating our final chapters that we can fully appreciate and make the most of today. So ask yourself, what would your 90-year-old self say to yourself right now? Trust in that inner voice. Some other ideas for legacy would be organising and scanning all family photos and writing your own autobiography as a gift to the future generation of your family. I actually can't take credit for these suggestions. They were in fact submitted by a viewer in another video, and I thought they were too good not to share with you. Phew, those were some tough questions. If you enjoyed today's video, do give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And stick around for this next one on 4 uncomfortable retirement truths. You will love it.